So let's go into your reading. Okay, so one of the first thing that is corroborating this message, and this was kind of like the energy I was picking up earlier too. This is the card about not being able to sleep, okay? So sleepless nights, that is racked by a lot of anxiety, a lot of worries. Very often this card, in combination with the Five of Cups, deals with a situation where we feel like we did something and we are a little bit embarrassed as to how the event happened, okay? So for some of you, you could be ruminating over something that happened, and you feel like, oh my gosh, I wish I hadn't said that, or I wish I hadn't, done that. So I feel like there's something that you're ruminating over and you're losing sleep over it. And I do feel that in a way, it's not that bad, okay? And I don't mean to downplay whatever it is that some of you are worried about, because in your head, it's definitely this, you're making it out into this giant thing. But I feel like in reality, what you're dealing with is something a little bit more, it's just like, from your perspective, it feels like it might have been the end of the world. It was a little bit embarrassing or something like that. But I feel like in reality, it wasn't that bad, okay? It's not all that it seems. So I feel like you don't need to worry about this. For others of you, the Five of Cups deals with regrets, disappointment as well, okay? And one of the things about the Five of Cups that can be a blessing is that it's more to me about going through an emotional experience. And even though it didn't, pan out the way that you'd hope, at least you did it, at least you've experienced it, so that now you can have that experience under your belt and that you can move on. A lot of you have experienced something that I feel like brought about a little bit of sadness and regret. And you're dealing with the aftermath of this. And for the first few weeks of this month, I feel a lot of you might have gone through a period where you're ruminating over this and you're not able to, get adequate sleep because it's occupying your time, it's occupying your mind. And a lot of it's a whole process about overthinking, rethinking, and ruminating over a situation over and over and over again, replaying it in your head to the point where you can't really, extract yourself from it so that you can do other things. So I definitely feel like there's a lot of things on your mind. It's emotional things, okay? The Five of Cups with the Nine of Swords can also signify to me dealing with a situation where you or someone you know is in a state where they are like very, very sick. So this can be physically like feeling just under the weather, or in the most extreme sense, because we do have as well the Ten of Swords here. So I definitely feel a lot of you are either dealing with somebody who is in surgery, dealing with someone who is quite ill, and you're trying to figure out how to help them through it, or you are also affected by it, okay? So it could be you going through this, or it could be somebody else that is going through this. But I feel like if it's a surgery, for example, if it deals with, long-term hospitalization or long-term care, it seems to me like it might be something a little bit more terminal, or it seems to me like it might be a little bit like painful, okay? So if you are going through this, or your loved ones are experiencing this, I send my condolences and I send my my best wishes for everyone to get well, because I feel like it's played out across 4 cards, okay? A lot of sword energy. In the minor sense, it could be losing sleep over something that, a transgression that you feel you committed in the past. But I feel like overall, a lot of you are dealing with illnesses, or dealing with somebody who is struggling with an illness, or is in the hospital recoiling from something or recovering from something. The second cluster that came in here is the Ten of Swords as well as the Four of Swords. Now, the Four of Swords is a situation where we are like either in a state of prayer, in a state of immobilization. I feel like this is, can be just feeling very, very under the weather and feeling really sick, okay? So for some reason, I'm getting like head flus, stomach flus. Those things come to mind. The other thing is I feel like surgeries. Okay, so some type of scheduled surgery. Maybe you have delayed it during that Mercury in retrograde period, and now that October is here, you are actually going through with it. So I feel like a lot of people might be coming in for cosmetic surgeries, minor procedures, or to do some type of intensive surgery. So I definitely feel this is coming through. And not to sound so negative, but like I said, it is spanning pretty much across 4 cards. So I feel like some of you might have already undergone this procedure, and you're going through this month, majority of the month, especially the first 2 weeks, healing from this, okay? And then others of you, if you have been affected by, a lot of chaotic energy, like I mentioned, in your home environment, you might be looking elsewhere. You might be thinking that, oh, I'm going to need to find another place to live, because the 4 energies deals with foundation. So you might be thinking that, this is not a good place. It has way too much noise. There's too much light. It's too close to the street traffic, so I'm not able to get rested, and I just don't feel comfortable. So you are going to have to, pick up your things and physically move to a new location. If you are experiencing that this month, I do feel that it would be a very, very good move, and you're going to move to a place that I feel is a little bit higher up, like from the street. It's a little bit more secure if you are concerned about security issues. I'm feeling like some of you too, there might be like, going out, like going home late from a celebration, from a late dinner or something like that, and feeling a little bit unsafe when it concerns your immediate surrounding, okay? So whatever is going on for you guys this month, I feel like it might bring to light some issues that are affecting your home environment. Either the area is not safe, or you're not really jiving with the environment, and you're going to need another place to live. So I do feel a lot of energy like bubbling around your environment, and especially in the home front, okay? The next cluster we are dealing with here deals with the 4 of Cups as well as the 3 of Wands. This is a really, really interesting combination, and it is a really exciting combination, actually. The 4 of Cups indicates a situation where a lot of options are on the table. Now, if you look at this person, he is pretty much eyeing the other options, and he's not really making a move, because all of these options that are coming through for him, they're great, but he's longing for this other thing that he feels is rightfully his, okay? So I feel like for a lot of you, I feel like this is in love and friendships, okay? And I don't sense so much, this is more, I don't feel like it's a financial situation, although some of you could be dealing with that. I'm not getting a major finance vibe with this. So there is a situation in your life where you have a lot of offers, you have a lot of suitors, or you have a lot of people that are communicating with you, contacting you, or, even, let's just say the 3 of Wands is more like, the Wands energy represents like projects, work, and things like that. I feel like even if that were the case, you still have a lot of people vying for your attention, okay? It could be as simple as, let's just say, you're playing, I don't know, you're a volleyball player, and people are recruiting you. So you have all of these options coming through, and people are very, very sincere and serious about getting you on their side, getting you to partner up with them, either as a study buddy, a relationship person, a dating prospect, even like on a sports team is what I'm feeling for some of you. And I feel like all of these options are coming through, but you're trying to figure out, which is the best. Or maybe you're longing for this one, and while all of these things have been on the table, these offers are laid on the table for you, you're waiting for that other one. And I definitely feel the element of waiting is echoed across this card here with the 3 of Wands. This is waiting for your ship to come in. And I definitely feel If something has recently ended, so for example, you were on a team and it didn't work out, I definitely feel like you're waiting for other options to come in, and you're waiting for, just more opportunities to be made available to you. So for example, for those of you who are sick or who are, in the hospital or dealing with that, it could be, going through multiple drug trials and figuring out, what's the best option to take, or should I wait and do another regimen of testing. So there's some element here about something not working and causing possibly adverse effects. And as a result, you're going to have to switch over to a different method of doing, okay? So this can play out in all aspects of your life, but I do feel for a lot of you, it is home, it is health related, and it's relationships related as well, okay? The other cluster that is coming through here, we do have the Lovers and the Chariot. So this is, I keep getting this massive, massive home move, career move for you guys. So first of all, the Chariot indicates a situation where, all systems go. This is a green light energy. Whatever has been held up, whatever has been stalled, I do feel you're going to see like forward momentum and forward progress, okay? And it's happening in a very, very swift manner, and it's going to be like, I feel like almost catching you by surprise. Something coming out of the left field, and something, if you've been waiting on something, I definitely feel like it's going to come through in a very unexpected manner, in a very swift manner, okay? If you have been held up with something, you're being released and you're being like kind of pushed out of that gate in order to start something. For a lot of you, I feel like there is a choice to be made in this situation. Going back to the Four of Cups, this is about, a lot of options laid out on the table. And, being the earth sign, the systematic person that you are, most of you are, I feel like you're going with all of these options while you're waiting for that perfect one. And I feel like that these options are like, okay, they're meeting your expectations, probably about like, 75, 80%, but they're not like that 100% that you're looking for. But I feel like you're practical enough to know that, I'm just going to go with all of these options while I wait around for that. And I feel like while you're doing that, the thing that you're waiting on is definitely coming through, okay? So you have some really good forward movement here. And while that is coming through, what it does is that it's forcing you to narrow down your options. So if this is happening to you on the romantic front, I feel like all of these cards are very, very good. Like the entire cluster, the entire spread indicates a lot of good positive energy that will be coming through for you, especially in romance. Because we have the Chariot, which is like swift, getting swept off your feet type of energy. We also have the Lovers, which indicates that, a lot of attraction that is coming through. So already I feel like a lot of you are being solicited by other people. Just your love life is really picking up, and it's picking up in a way that where you and another person, despite your differences, because the Lovers is about polarity, it's the feminine and the masculine, and it's about the universe, I guess like guiding them to come together and work out their differences, or work out their incompatibility, so that they can move forward as a unit to achieve some type of a goal together. So there's a lot of polarity both in these cards, okay? So the feminine, masculine, the black and the white horse, and all of it indicates that, there is some sense of like, I feel like divine direction or even divine intervention allowing this situation to move forward. So whatever has been stalled in the past, I definitely feel like the time is good for now. It's like, it's all a matter of divine timing where things are being pushed along, okay? So before I go any further, there's another message that I want to get out there before I go into your advice cards. So I feel like a lot of you are, for some reason, and I don't get this a lot, it's not for Capricorns. I feel like for a lot of you, this could even be business oriented, okay? Like wanting that ideal job. And I feel like there's something coming through that's going to allow you to get this job. But there's a choice here, and there might be a little bit of a further commute for some of you. So you might have several options that are local, and then you have one that you really want that is far away. And you're weighing out the pros and cons, and you're assessing a situation just to see, like, if is this viable for me to do long term? How long can I put up with the commute? And if the commute is going to be cutting in too much of my time. So there is some major decisions here coming through for this month regarding some type of commute, regarding some type of offer, for sure, offer that is on the table, and a home move. Okay, so all of these three things I feel are kind of like compounding the situation. I mean, you're weighing out some serious decisions here. And no matter what, I feel like you're going to be okay, because it's not about choosing a choice that is subpar. It's about waiting, holding out, waiting for the best, not doubting that you deserve the best. So I feel like your head's in the right place, and I feel like on an intuitive level, you also know when something is right for you. So in spite of all these other options coming through, you're like, no, I'm not going to settle. I'm going to wait for that perfect opportunity. And I do feel it does come through, okay? I do feel that it's going to come through, but when it comes through, you're grappling with some major choices. Just, like having options to choose from, it's always a good thing. So I feel like you're not settling for less. You're waiting for that one thing because you know what it is. But when it comes through, I feel like it's going to be very unexpected. It's going to require a little bit of juggling and also weighing out pros and cons, okay? For others of you, I'm going to go back to this in a little bit. I feel like they're, especially for the first, first 2 weeks, let's just say like I feel like from the 1st until around the 13th, okay? I feel from the 1st until around the 13th, there's going to be some, if you're, working, looking for work and things like that, there might be a little bit of a disappointing news as it concerns some type of communication and as it concerns some type of institution. I feel like some type of news coming through from an institution that might not be entirely positive, okay? That can be a hospital, like an institution. That can be from some type of financial institution, educational institution, or something where it's kind of like telling you, you need to work harder or you need to do things a little bit differently. And because the news comes in, I feel like you're going to realize that, you know what, I need to reassess my strategy, okay? And then for others of you, I feel like you're just like, okay, you're still waiting for the news, and then the news comes in and you're just like, okay, at least I can rule out that choice, and then you're going with the other options. So that's what I'm getting here. In terms of your advice, we do have here the Judgment card, which indicates to me some type of a brand new beginning, okay? So in this context, what I'm feeling is the Judgment card is usually some type of diagnoses, some type of drug regimen that is being incorporated into your life. You might be dealing with somebody who is having some type of a diagnosis that they are trying to, I guess, clear up. They're trying to make sense of, or they're trying to, that they're grappling with. So I feel like there is heavy energy here for institutions. Some of you might be doctors. Some of you might be patients. So I feel like they're coming in all kinds of manner. But the main theme here is about diagnoses. It's about making some type of discovery here with the Judgment card, learning a lot of new information and figuring out, having that light bulb, that aha moment where you're able to incorporate knowledge into the practical world, okay? So this is a very, very good card. On top of that, the Judgment brings about new beginnings as well in love for some of you. And the second card that we have here is an offer. So this is the Knight of Cups. And this is one of the most, it's like the offer of friendship, of love. It's a card that indicates reciprocity, and it's a card that indicates there is an admirer in your midst, someone who is very smitten by you. And I definitely feel for this month, they are going to make themselves known, okay? The other option that I'm feeling here is with the Judgment and the Prince of Cups, there's definitely something related to taking medicine, convincing somebody to take medicine, or dealing with some type of a drug regimen that you're going to have to take, or you are trying to convince somebody of this, okay? So there's a lot of things here that indicates that energy for me, okay? And then we do have the Ten of Wands too. So like I mentioned before, if you have been kind of procrastinating, having too much fun, by the 13th, you're going to start to feel that crunch, okay? Like the 8th to the 13th, you're going to start to feel like if you've been going out and, just meeting a lot of people, and you're going to start to feel that work is piling up. And then for others of you, I feel like there might be some type of, if you're waiting for work, there might be some type of news regarding work, possibly by the end of the month. And I feel like some very, very swift movement that needs to happen, possibly even a house move. And things like that coming through, where things start to really pile on, and you're going to have to make some type of swift decision about a house move, okay? So overall, a lot of changes are happening for you guys, I feel, for the first 2 weeks, and then a lot of movement happening for the second part of the month. So be prepared for it, Capricorn. I feel like everything is like after the 13th, the energy is very, very kinetic, okay? It's very like it's very fast, it's very clear. So I feel like there's a lot of rumination, a lot of waiting on other people's decisions and things like that at the beginning. So from, the 1st until the 13th, and then towards the end, you're going to pretty much hit the ground running towards the after the 13th to the end of the month, okay? So if you are watching this ahead of time, and you are contemplating a move, thinking about a move or something like that, at least try to declutter your environment so that you're not dealing with, a lot of stuff when you're moving. And yeah, I definitely feel it's going to be a good month. First, from the 1st until the 13th, it's a little bit frustrating because I feel like you're kind of stuck and you're not really moving forward. But then after that, the momentum picks up